Well, well, well. If it isn't Dr. Freeman. How's it going, gamers? Just doing a little bit more setup here and then I'll start. Ah, Gordon Freeman. Ba-ba-da-ba. Shadow play should be off. Yes, it is. There we go. Is my voice doing things? Do I have, are there audio issues? It could be the filter. I've got a filter on that cuts out my voice when there's background audio. Ah, the classic school paper. I think what I'm gonna do... You've all seen the... I mean, have you seen the Black Mesa intro, though? That's the question. Because the first, like, 5 minutes of this stream, it's going to be watching the intro to Half-Life, which is a monumental, groundbreaking intro to any video game. But also, when replaying this game a lot, it kind of creates this problem of, okay, let's get a move on. So I could start here or here. I don't know. It's echoing really bad. It's echoing really bad. Okay. All right. Let's just start with anomalous materials. I want to break things right away.
Morning, Mr. Freeman. Looks like you're running late.
Yeah, well, the tram took about 10 minutes. So, this is a stream that I've wanted to do for years. Because the last time I played Half-Life was about 7 or 6 years ago. I mean, the last time I played Half-Life on stream, the original Half-Life. And it was kind of a disaster. I burned through the entire game in 7 hours, and it was not great on my health, I think. I didn't have a single morsel of food. Fuck you. Anomalous materials.
Get away from there, Freeman.
We had a system crash about, I don't know, 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files. It's one of those days, I guess. They were also having some
Oh, you cut the ponytail.
Too, but I think that's all straightened out. They told me to make sure you headed down there as soon as you got into your hazard suit.
Okay.
Hey,
It's happening!
cut it out!
I like to think I'm above zoomerisms. I like to think that, but then I say shit like skibbity.
That experiment is single-handedly responsible for inspiring my career in science.
How much recognition do you think you're going to get for reproduction, though? He does have a point.
Oh, but this is more than...
Have I ever played Gravity Rush? No, I have not. A lot of restricted messages tonight. Better not be saying anything rude. Am I going to say this is not going to be a playthrough, then play through the entire thing again? Probably not, because Black Mesa is like a 15-hour game.
Champ.
Hello?
hell?
I love this guy because he says he has like 100 scripted lines for
Think you can fix the vending machine
this
too,
bit.
college boy?
We will never hear the end of this.
Yeah, you best make like an atom and split. Cause that was you know who's lunch.
And we learned you know who. We learned who you know who was in Half-Life 2, Episode 2.
To be around when the good doctor rears his head.
You kidding? I wouldn't miss this for anything. He'll be fit to be tied.
What are your thoughts on Australia? I'd like to go
You
there
better make like
someday.
a prom dress and take off. You better make like a bread truck and haul buns. You better make like diarrhea and run. You better make like a mess.
There's like 100 lines of this.
You better make like traffic and jam. You better make like a busboy and get the fork out of here.
I'm glad there was anticipation for this stream.
Ridiculous
Why do
tie.
we all have to wear these ridiculous ties? Oh wait, hang on. I think they changed the names on the lockers because this is a remake. I think that's a different kid.
Triple pleated khakis. Preposterous.
There is a mod I installed that replaces Black Mesa's music with the original Half-Life soundtrack. Not because the Black Mesa soundtrack is bad or anything, but I just associate Half-Life with Kevin Bailey's soundtrack. That's what I've grown up with.
Right on through, sir.
Damn shoddy, okay. I played Gigabash. I've streamed Gigabash a handful of times. Not that I've ever de-unlisted those streams, but still. I don't think Black Mesa's soundtrack doesn't fit the game. It's just, I don't know, I prefer the original. It doesn't have those, like... I'm just more nostalgic for this. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I wanted to grab the can. Fucking Source Engine. Fucking Source Engine!
Pacemaker can handle any more of this.
I wanted to pick up that can.
Hi, Freeman. If another instrument malfunctions today, I'm going to explode.
The problem...
Please relax.
Where's the cursor? There's usually a cursor. I guess that's only when I have a gun out.
Ah, Gordon, there you are.
Hey, Kleiner.
Join us, Doctor. We've just sent the sample down to the test chamber.
We boosted the anti-mass spectrometer to 105%.
Administrator is very concerned that we get a conclusive analysis.
You know, for someone working for Black Mesa, I don't have access to a lot of rooms.
Gordon, in the test chamber. Right. Come on then.
In
I'll
the
walk you
test chamber.
Eli has been busy making last-minute preparations for the new experiment. Greetings, Eli.
Morning, Izzy.
Eli.
I'm glad you're here. These last-minute changes, they're a bit strange.
By Beckrell's ghost. You know,
Oh, there you are. Everybody's been looking for you, hombre.
Working hard or hardly working? Bad habit for real.
Ah, here he is.
I'm afraid we'll be deviating a bit from
You're just a
standard
pawn in my
analysis
game,
procedure today,
Freeman.
Gordon.
Yes, but with good reason. This is a rare opportunity for us. This is the purest sample we've seen yet.
And potentially the most unstable.
Now, as long as we follow standard insertion procedures, everything will be fine.
I don't know how you can say that. Although I will admit that the possibility of a resonance cascade
Stanley entered the
scenario is
test chamber.
unlikely. I just don't feel
Gordon doesn't need to hear all this. He's a highly trained professional. We've assured the administrator that...
I mean, the thing with Half-Life is that it's a very linear game.
yes.
So, there's no... the Stanley Parable is a very non-linear game. You get multiple endings with that one.
Let's let him in now.
That's the end of that analysis. Do you think Steffi could bumble her way out of Black Mesa after causing a resonance cascade? I mean, if Gordon Freeman can. And if she was wearing a hazard suit, absolutely. Keyword is bumble.
Testing.
She would bumble her way out.
Everything seems to be in order.
We actually get a bit of view of
Alright,
the
Gordon, your suit
lab over
should
there.
keep you comfortable through all this. The specimen will be delivered to you in a few moments. Now, if you would be so good as to...
I feel like I'm
climb up
gonna
and start
restate
the
this a bunch of
rotors,
times when
then
I'm
we
playing
can
this,
bring
but
the
I don't consider Black
spectrometer
Mesa
to 80% and
I
hold
don't
it
consider
there
Black
until the
Mesa
carrier
a
arrives.
replacement for the original Half-Life. It's very good. It's a very good remake, but I do think it does enough things differently that to the point where it's more of a look
Is
into
this
how
thing on?
just Half-Life would be made if it were made later
Climb up and start
with
the
more modern
rotors.
design sensibilities, because there are things about the original Half-Life that I think allow it to be played as its own thing. And of course, it's like,
Gordon, are you not
oh
hearing
right, I'm
me?
supposed to press a
Climb
button.
up and
Sorry.
start the rotors, please.
Gotta put that MIT education to use. As I was saying, there are little things about how Half-Life is designed that I think makes it still worth playing. It's also a very influential game,
Very good. We'll take it from here.
and of course you got to look at it for
Power
that.
to stage 1 emitters in 3, 2, 1. I'm seeing predictable
Yeah,
phase arrays.
there are many ways to interpret Gordon's actions in these games because he's basically just the player. He doesn't really have a personality. So my Gordon is talking about media to a group
Gordon,
of
we cannot
people in his head.
predict how long the system can operate at this level, nor how long the reading will take. Please work as quickly
If you could
as
delete
can.
any Ultra show, I think every Ultra show is important. I wouldn't delete any of them.
It's probably not a problem. Probably. But I'm showing a small discrepancy.
If we deleted Ginga
Well,
and
no.
they
It's
proceeded
well
with
within
things,
acceptable
you know,
bounds. Sustaining
as they
sequence.
were in the Heisei era, in the
We've just
90s and
been
early
informed
2000s,
that
then I
the
don't
sample
think
is
we
ready
would
for
have
you.
Ultraman
It
today.
should be coming up to you at any moment. Look to the delivery system for your specimen.
I mean, RB was pretty superfluous. I don't think many people would miss it. Just my perception of things. Whoa, that's crazy. This is... There was no way we could have predicted this.
It's not shutting down.
Am I not funny enough for the funny club? Ah! Whoa! What the fuck? Wait a minute. Why am I up here? What the fuck was that? If Godzilla is Gigantus in Steffi's universe, what's Ultraman is Ultraman, Gamera is Gamera, and Kamen Rider is Kamen Rider. It's only Godzilla that's different. Who could have foreseen these consequences? Now I get retinal clearance. From what I've heard, he can actually be revived here, but I'm not letting him. Zombie ghosts in this place. Daimogen's name's Jerome? Who says who? Says you?
Cascade, let alone create one. By Schrodinger's cat, he's alive.
Gordon! Thank God for that.
Steffi's universe.
All the phones are out. I
That's
can't
what we
pretend
call a
to pick this up.
headcanon.
Need to get to the surface.
Is the game's audio too loud, by the way? I'm looking at that bar and it looks kind of loud.
That we're stranded down here. There's no telling what kind of danger is.
Could lower it a bit.
Would you look at
Wrath of Jerome. A Love is Born. Yeah, whatever you say, man. Das ist no good. I love how this remake does the opening of this game. The lighting is a lot better, and that they can actually do lighting that isn't baked in. Half-Life has always kind of been like the Terminator of video games in that it is a lot of things in one. It's horror, like this opening sequence. It's science fiction. It's action, especially once the military gets involved. Therefore, there's actually lighting, yeah. There's a lot of things. It's a lot of things, and all of it is bad. You alright? Their brains have just been completely removed. Did you know that stressed is just desserts backwards? I did not. I never thought about it. I mean, yeah, but you don't always see them mixed together. It's just the way that they're mixed, how they're all kind of happening at the same time.
Lead the way, sir.
How much did Freeman's mind? I actually played Half-Life before I even heard of that. It's a fun series, though. It's kind of insane that it's still going. Yeah, I got into Half-Life when I went to a thrift store and there was a used CD of the original 1998 release. I think it was the Game of the Year edition, actually. There we go.
Minor
LMAO. When will I be making a Zero retrospective? I plan on doing the Zero video and the Mega Monster Battle video in the same thing. Kind of to illustrate how he kind of hijacked that whole series. Rather, it was around the same time they were changing what they were making a little bit. See, Mega Monster Battle was kind of the experiment, and then they made a movie out of it, and then they thought, you know, let's just make a bunch of movies, and we'll have Zero be the star of them, so that kids don't need 50 episodes of a TV show for context. That's my reading of that, anyways. I'm gonna jump at the same time it hits the water. I don't think that's how that works. I don't think you could survive that. Mega Monster Battle was the first for a lot of people because it was, ow. Because it was released around the time YouTube became big, or became a thing. Fucking lol. This is horrifying. I should put a disclaimer up on the stream. Hang on, I will be right back. Give me 30 seconds. If you leave, I'm killing you. Okay, it was nothing. I just heard some weird noises outside. The controller was still plugged in for some reason. Thoughts on Brazil? It's alright. The head crab is out there. Well... this whole thing was a disaster. This whole little puzzle was a disaster. I'll do better next time. Doggy! Would you eat a head crab in a survival situation? I mean, meat is meat. Sure, it tastes like chicken. The other food isn't... I mean, I would eat a lot of things before I would eat a head crab. Actually, no. Because, like, when you shoot it, you get a bit of green goo. I don't know what that green goo is. I don't want to find out. You know, like how when you piss, that is a line to leave off. You know how it is when you piss and you haven't had water in a while, and like it's yellow, more yellow than it usually is. That's what that green blood reminds me of. It's like really dehydrated blood. Voice crack and everything, yeah. You know how it is when you piss? You drink a lot of water, you piss a lot of pee. What do I identify myself as? I am golden. In real life, I do present as male. I go by he, him. I know there's a scientist around here who can help me. Have fun.
Oh, thank God.
Thank goodness you're here.
I know where you can find some more weaponry. There's a security office not far from here. Take me with you, and I'll unlock the door. I hope you don't mind if I tag along.
Oh, no, no, come with me, come with me. Oh, no, I totally get, like, I totally get the apprehension, because with stuff like that, it can feel like you're walking on eggshells.
Don't you agree?
I feel like that sometimes, too. But, like, you know, if they're your friends, it's okay if you make a mistake sometimes, as long as it is just a mistake.
Well, at any rate.
Thanks for the help. Apprehension. Yeah, that is a later chapter. Yeah, yeah, that is true. That is where that confusion comes from. I always forget where to go in this section, especially when I'm just rambling, when I'm yapping on a stream. Online, I like to present as androgynous, because I don't really like preferential treatment one way or the other. Though in practice, I guess it's just been confusing. But this is the hole that I've dug myself, so this is where we're at. I don't really consider... I mean, I guess I'm literally using the avatar, so that is using her to represent myself, but I don't really consider Steffi me. Hee hoo, ha ha, and tee hee. Are you a clown?
Is that you? Is it safe?
Nope. I think I've had to explain the Golden Chan and Steffi thing in every stream. It just goes to show that my marketing is a bit weak. A bit confusing. Oh, he's trying to get in position to launch it. In fact, one of the streams that I did, one of the Q&A streams, I marketed that as the Steffi lore special stream in the hopes of, like, explaining things, and I still get questions. Still get questions that were answered in that video. Steffi is a good friend. What was that? Bye-bye. This game is the original Half-Life. Yes, this is exactly how it was released in 1998. Just gonna carry this around the whole stream. That's a weak bit. I'm not doing that. Triptychon Transformers Kaiju profile. I don't think, now that I think about it, I don't think there's anyone on the Wikizilla team who, like, follows Transformers. I think King of the Monsters does. I think Koopa does. There was a button, you're right, there's a switch. Have fun with the book. Have a good one. Unlike the original Half-Life, there are guardrails that prevent them from flying off. They can do that themselves, though. No, wait, shit, fuck, no! Ah, no, stop! Ah. I forgot this wasn't like the original where I could just slide down. I don't have a lot of hope for Half-Life 3. I don't have doubts that they are working on a Half-Life game, but I don't think it'll be Episode 3 or Half-Life 3. I've just come to expect certain things, and one of those things, one of those certainties, is that we're never getting Half-Life 3. We will get things adjacent to the Half-Life series to continue the bit of Valve never releasing a third entry in anything. A titled third entry, rather. But I mean, we've seen a couple leaks now. We know they are working on something. And it is codenamed Half-Life X, or HLX. That much is certain. Maybe it is just... I don't know. We shall see, because we genuinely do not know. If I get Half-Life 3 in my lifetime, I will be happy. I think that is a reasonable thing that could happen. It's not impossible. It's just like if you call it Half-Life 3, there will be expectations. And I assume that's why they've taken like 16, 18 years to make it. Because the first Half-Life and the second Half-Life, they both kind of represent pillars in game engine shit. The level of interactivity in the original Half-Life was you didn't see anything like it. And then in Half-Life 2, they innovated with this really good physics system. Or this really like realistic physics system. And for Half-Life Alyx, I guess the reason why they made that was to show off what a VR campaign could be, and the level of interactivity with that. The biggest joke anyone has ever pulled, the biggest joke Valve has ever pulled, is by making a series that has an incomplete story, but entries are only made when they find a new fun thing to work on, when they can do something fun with it, which means they're not beholden to a release schedule, which means that the story will be incomplete for another couple years. Or another 18. I don't know. I'm rambling, but yeah, that's why we haven't gotten an official Half-Life since Alex. And even that was like 13 years following Episode 2. And also, just games take fucking forever to make nowadays. If they make a Half-Life now, that shit's gonna be in development for like 8 years, at a minimum. Unless they have a reasonable expectation of their scope. Will you pretend to play Gravity Rush someday? Sure, I'll start a stream saying, yeah, I played Gravity Rush, and then I didn't. Is that the bit we're going with? It's always interested in me. It's always interested me. You can get it for like $20 now, I think. Just have a walkthrough going while you talk over it. Yeah, I'll pretend the gameplay is mine or something. Marvel vs. Team Fortress 2. I think the big thing... I mean... Well... Half-Life Alyx was really good. I thought it was a really fun game. I thought the story was pretty engaging, especially with that ending. I don't think Mark Laidlaw was involved with that, and that is kind of the problem with making a Half-Life 3 now that Mark Laidlaw isn't working at Valve anymore. Because the series has mostly been his baby in terms of, like, the story. With Half-Life Alyx, it helps that it was, outside of the ending, contained to its own thing. It was a prequel. Fuck. Fuck. I never asked for this. Let's do that again. Doki Doki Literature Club stream when? That's how you're supposed to do that. You can say a lot of things about Black Mesa, but what I think it does quite well is adhering to Valve-ish game design philosophies. Because that's totally something they would have done in Half-Life 2. You can either walk into the room or shoot them, or you could be smart and look at the cleverly placed barrels that are everywhere and shoot those instead. Office complex. Where's Michael Scott? The insects got him. I mean, if there's anyone who would die first in the Resonance Cascade, it would be Michael Scott, I think. Or for comedy reasons, he's the only one that survives. Like he Mr. Beans his way through the entire facility. What the fuck? Okay, maybe this remake isn't... Dwight gets his head torn off by a zombie. Horrific, but I like it. It's analog horror. Do you mind?
Hey, one of these
Can I ask you Gravity Rush related questions and will you pretend to know the answers? I mean, yeah, I'm an expert on Gravity Rush.
good news.
Don't back up,
Just a-
Barney.
Thanks. I owe you one. Here, let me get this open.
Under the catalog.
I got some supplies in the back.
Oh yes. Oh yes. You mind? Best weapon in the game. The workhorse weapon, rather.
I'm ready. Let's
Mandela Cantaloupe.
I think we have guests.
Whoa, what the? I don't remember that guy. I don't remember that particular zombie. Source engine, my beloved. Cat's love interest is dog. See, it's ironic because cats and dogs usually don't get along, but the game subverts that. You. I know there's another one. I know there's another one. I always get jump scared by it. Redman is already analog horror. You don't really need to do much. Real. He was having enrichment. He was watching TV and I missed it. Yeah, I know what you do in Gravity Rush. The point of the game is to hang upside down to wait for all the blood to rush to your head. And whoever passes out first wins. These damp kids on day phones. I don't really need those supplies. Well. Emergency. User death imminent.
Let me get out of your way here. All right, I'll hold down this.
There are more movies I've been meaning to see in theaters lately. I've actually been kind of interested in Transformers 1, despite not being a Transformers person. It seems like they finally made a good one. Actually, Bumblebee was pretty good. That's right, this was an ambush, I forgot. Oh god, the way they just fucking jib. It's so gross. This is the alternate exit for office complex. Fuck you. Favorite boss from Gravity Rush? I like the one that has a big hammer and it slams down and gravity stops for a moment. Oh, fuck. I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to do, but... Nope. Rise of the Beasts is the king of the monsters at Transformers. Doesn't bode well. We're recruiting you for the G.I. Joe program. See, that's a trick question, because in Gravity Rush, there is no security, there is no social security number. There are no social security numbers. Well, I think Kotum was disappointing, so you all have to hate it now. Sorry, I don't make the rules. What were they doing in here? Just watching the wall? Up. Who's up watching they wall? Bop. Ugh. For me, it's the fact, I don't know, there's just something about brains that are completely intact flying out. It's just kind of funny. It is cartoon shit.
Hey, what are you still doing down here?
Yeah. Bop. Sometimes I dream about cheese.
Okay, I'll cover you.
Sorry, this is a waist high table.
Out here while you go check things out.
I gotta leave you here. Remember Looney Tunes back in action? Nuh-uh. Didn't Joe Dante do that one? That's an interesting choice for a director. Whenever I hear this version of the HEV voice, I imagine like the nerd emoji. They increased the pitch of it a little. That must be cold as hell, lady. Get away from there. How gay is Cat from Cavity Rush? Yeah, it's actually a comment on the dentist industry. Cat is flying around with cavities because she just refuses to go to the dentist. At Fuck Friday. Dude, will you warn me next time? Where is that wheel? Is she gay? Well, I'll answer this question with another question. Does Bruno Mars is gay? The rumor come out? I am not doing a Nostalgia Critic stream. I do scream when I see the Nostalgia Critic. That misspeaking was accurate. Ow. One of my favorite images to come out of the wall debacle is a Spotify playlist, and it's titled Russian Roulette. And it's like 7 pics of the original Pink Floyd The Wall, and then 1 track from the Nostalgia Critics cover. It's called Russian Roulette. He should be the one shrieking. Gravity Rush got 1 sequel for the PS4, and nobody bought it. That one's actually true. Yeah, I'll sound like Gyaradoris during the whole thing. I won't even say anything. I'll just have the MP3 file of Gyaradoris' scream, and I'll just repeat that over and over. Sippy break. I'm actually not huge on TF2. Like, it's a good game. I just, I don't play it that often. I'm not great with multiplayer games. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Help anybody else who comes.
No, you come with me.
Okay.
My God, we're doomed! Girly scream. Galalong. Yeah, I think Hydra answered it. It's Sony. Sony is the main villain of Gravity Rush. What's that? You wanted the Horizon Zero Dawn remaster? No, you don't want any other franchise. We don't have any other.
Guess that means I'm playing babysitter.
Again, like I said earlier, I plan on doing a Ultra Galaxy retrospective in the same video where I talk about Zero. Awesome. Now all I have is Spider-Man. We've got hostiles.
They're coming for us. It's our only way out. Oh my God, we're doomed.
Don't do it. I just saved your life. I don't think there's any way to avoid this. Fuck, 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 fuck. You please explode, thank you. Which fandom is better? The Half-Life fandom is better. Along.
Automatic medical systems engaged.
You see, that's a funny thing you said. I don't think Ruby has a fandom right now. This was a bad interaction. I'm gonna load, because, wow. I lost all of my armor there. Yum. Yummy soda. We do have Goopula. When you get older, I think it's very natural to realize that fandoms aren't just a hive mind. And you shouldn't subscribe to the idea that you are joining one. Make friends some other way. Because more often than not, it's a bad idea. To exclusively try to make friends with people who are super into something. I've gotten lucky, but my story isn't everyone else's. I guess if you're going into a fandom, you should just realize going in that there will be heartbreak. Because most fandoms are filled with teenagers who don't have control over their emotions. And they will kill you. Ooh. Boop, boop. Will you fuck off? The Office fandom. No, the Office complex was a level ago. Why did they change katanas? It's Japanese naming conventions, and like there's no one way to spell something when it's translated to English. So Gatanazoa is the result of like at least 2 different people saying, okay, it's spelled this way.
Good God.
I think Gatanazoa is the better of the two, because it implies it invokes something a little more monstrous. Gat another can just be... Gat another has the potential to be misread as gat another, like another gat. It sounds a little silly. Oh, I love this bit. I love this bit with the announcer getting taken over. That is so cool. It's really creepy. Thank God you're here.
Thank God you're here.
Oh shit. The military can't be trusted. Thank you for your service. The Booska fandom is dying. Reblog if you're a true booster. I can tell you everything! The military AI in Black Mesa, I find, is a lot more aggressive than it is in the original Half-Life. But also, they're kind of dumber. Like, if you run up to them, they don't really have any way of dealing with that. They don't try any evasive maneuvers, any evasive rolls. Did he just fucking blow up his own guys? The eyeball. Do you think if you like collected all the body parts in this facility that have been blown up, you could create like a Frankenstein? Totally normal questions here tonight. Favorite Gravity Rush character? I like Gubila.
All military personnel. Atomic, biological, chemical alert.
Ow. Turd King. My favorite Gravity Rush character is Sonic. Nope. It's pointless asking me all these questions. I know Gravity Rush. I know the lore. Yeah, that head crab is getting a workout. He didn't care about me. I still shot him to death. I will be back in like 30 seconds. Don't go anywhere. I'm back, and I brought snacks. Does anyone want to cheese it? Actually, I will tell them this. I watched Madam Web 3 times. There. I am better than you are, so I should do the review. This is a big bag. It's all mine. You can't have it. All right. There we are. Now we're back. I don't even know how many people are watching right now. I could be talking to a void. I want that grenade to land. Hydra's like the little goblin in your brain that tells you to do bad things. I don't know how this is happening, but alright. I'm gonna go the more dangerous way. How surprised was the first person who threw the first boomerang? That's a good question. You know what? I think I will go through the other way. I am the one man who knows everything. You got nothing. The sound design of the guns in this is really cool. It's really aggressive and loud. What is your favorite piece of music from the Gravity Rush franchise? UN Owen Was Her. That's a classic. Fuck off! Fuck off! Ow! Golden, can you stream Toho 6? Yeah, sure. I've still got it on my hard drive. Bup, bup, bup. Bup. Seems a little violent. Thoughts on Jugless Juggler? I have a whole video talking about it, man. I will say this, in the original Half-Life, the Marines were like weird, talking in weird robot voices the whole time. Made it a little less disturbing. Here it's like, oh, I'm just shooting a guy. It's kind of fucked up. This guy has like a family. They didn't ask for this shit. Though in fairness, they do have little bits of like, yeah, I killed like 12 scientists today. The radio voice that they went with for this remake is pretty cool though. I like the sound of it. Recon! Recon! My ass is not surviving this. Whee!
Everything.
That did not go as planned. Really? Let's save here. Have you heard of the dreaded Toku to Boys Love pipeline? My goofy-ass friend showed it. Basically, a lot of Toku actors end up in boys love romance shows / LGBT dramas. That's really funny. Also, I've heard of that before. You know what would actually be really good for this? Probably not. Do you mind? Jesus isn't here. Not in this facility. Do you mind? I'm thinking the cutoff for this stream will be once I finish Blast Pit, which will be coming up pretty shortly here. No, you don't. Hey now, let's not get atheist here. I haven't watched Vanoss Gaming in literally 10 years. I couldn't tell you. The answer is, I don't know. What do you do when you lose passion for something you normally enjoy? I take a break from it. I engage with other things, and eventually, like a year later or so, I will learn to love it again. The key is to not... The key is to not burn yourself out. Whee! Ow. Just don't get shot, idiot. I know, there are guys coming up. Where's the other guy? Case in point about not burning yourself out. Ultraman Arc, I haven't seen anything past the first episode. Oh, he's just down there. I say that because I'm currently rewatching Dyna for the inevitable video on it, and I don't want to be watching two Ultra shows at the same time. Oh, no you don't. I do not miss the vent maze. I also don't really miss On a Rail that much either. But my game design, I don't care. It's boring. I think it is, at least. See, this is what justifies you killing these guys, because they have no remorse. Is this getting a stream highlight? Maybe. If Squid is willing to sit through hours of this. It depends on if I finish this, because if I just... If I do a stream highlight and it's for a game I didn't finish, then there's nothing really satisfying about that. Paul Blart stream. If there is like a shitty like mobile game that they released around the same time as the movie, then yeah, sure.
You can trust all of us.
More like blast shit. We make funny jokes here. Oh, I love the look of this area. It's like a mine. Fuck off. Who up blasting they pit? There's a head crab around the corner. No, there isn't. Yes, there is! 4 Kids Entertainment still exists. They make headphones now. Wee. Wee. Whose major fracture, and why have we detected him? When is the Red Dead Redemption 2 stream? When are you fighting God? Those are the questions I want to be hearing. Fuck. You are obsessed with Gravity Rush. Wee. This area looks great. It looked great in the original too. Oh shit. When are we watching Grown Ups 2? That's a good question, Mega Man. Oh my god. Bro, Paw Patrol is mid. You should play a Mori. This is the one that says, "No, stop!" So yeah, after this level, I'll call it off. I'll call the stream. Come on, grab him. That's fucked. Fuck. Ow! Help, 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 help! Does Steffi have a rival or something? Is there a Steffi multiverse like Spider-Verse? I could make evil Steffi. There hasn't been one made yet. Hey, Steffi is employed. I had it written somewhere that she worked at a coffee shop. Evil Steffi be like, I'm thin, actually. That's just twisted. Well, thanks for boosting the viewer numbers. Before the stream ends, I want to talk about a movie that I saw yesterday called Megalopolis. It is the latest film by Francis Ford Coppola. He directed movies like The Godfather, The Outsiders, The Conversation. That's one of his lesser-known ones, but I like that one a lot. So I watched Megalopolis, and this is a passion project of his. He has been working on it the script for it for 20 years. If what I read is to be believed. And I saw it, and it was one of the most confusing and baffling movies I've ever seen in a theater. To give you an idea of what it's about this guy played by Adam Driver, and he has created, or has found, a magical substance called Megalon. It's called Megalon. And using the substance, he wants to rebuild the city to be prosperous and free of the problems with every city nowadays. The problems with this city, which is called New Rome, and the whole aesthetic of the movie is, what if the Roman Empire existed today? That's what the whole aesthetic of the movie is. And because this is like ancient Rome but in modern day, everyone kind of speaks in weirdly syntaxed dialogue. It's almost unintelligible, and everyone talks like that. And I think the main failing of the movie is it presents itself as a fable. The title card has... The title card for the movie reads Megalopolis, a fable. But the problem with how it is in execution is that fables usually have a point, or something that can easily be... just a point that is easily understood. But with Megalopolis, it's stretching itself so thin. It's trying to tackle all of these ideas like classism and rioting and the rich being evil. It's stretching itself across all of these different directions, and it's doing so in... It's major plot developments happen in like 10 seconds, but entire dialogue scenes will go on for like 5 minutes. So despite having a premise that is kind of simple, it's about, you know, the guy using the Megalon to rebuild the metropolis to be better or some shit. And there is a mayor who is strong-arming him and saying, no, you can't do that. And then there's like a rich guy, or rather a lady who married a rich guy who's trying to stop him from building the Megalopolis to keep things the same. Because that's another theme. Changing things versus not changing things and keeping things like they are, because this is just what we're used to. But it uses the Roman Empire for that, though. They could have just used modern day. I don't know. They were going for something there, some shit. If I sound like a schizophrenic trying to describe this, imagine how it is watching it. But yeah, it's the simple premise for a movie, but it is very complicated for no reason. The performances are weird, the storytelling is almost nonsensical. It's not very good, which is a shame, because it might be the last movie Coppola is able to make. But you know what? He wanted to say something. Whatever he wanted to say is somewhere in that movie. This was a passion project. He got to make it, and he got to fund it entirely with his own money. For better or worse, it is a uncompromised vision. Though really, I think someone should have been in the writing room with him to give him a direction. Because my God. I activated that. Would Evil Steffi be a goth girl? I would like to see that. For no particular reason, I would like to see that. Is Francis Ford Coppola the guy that made Paul Blart? No, but he did direct a movie called Jack, which is, if you've seen it, it's very weird that he made it. I haven't seen it in years, but it's about Robin Williams playing this kid who rapidly ages. Jack off? They're sleeping. Shush. Yeah, evil goth Steffi would be like, there's an aesthetic to this movie. I don't know why I gave her that voice. There is an aesthetic, and I vibe with it. I vibe with Manos, the Hands of Fate. I love Manos, the Hands of Fate, and I hate eating crayons. Listen, it's cringe enough as is that I put Steffi in the VR chat videos. I would not dedicate a whole series to that. Ay, ay, ay. Bye-bye. It's so fucked. I think they cut the inexplicable spinning platforms because they were inexplicable, and also I remember them being kind of annoying to hop on. Hop! Yeah. I'm not addressing any allegations. Well, you should take a bath if you're stinky. Don't tell me if you're stinky. But, like, you should, generally speaking, take one if you think you are, unpresentable. What? There aren't many... I think I've covered them all of the giant monster movies that are in the public domain. And technically, Gamera was never in the public domain to begin with. That was, I think that was just the American versions of his films. The American dubs, I should be more specific. And stuff like Gappa, that movie was also never in public domain. The dub might have been, but it's one of those things that you have to argue the logistics over in court. And I think the reason why those box sets were able to come out with those movies on them was because the rights holders did not care. Evil Steffi sat through the first... I'm telling you, Steffi is not like a representation of me. Like, Steffi would love Lucky Star. I don't really. Godzilla's not in public domain yet, and he won't be for another 30 or 40 years by my estimate. And even then, when that happens, there will be litigation over who made him. I'm telling you right now. Because it depends on, like, how many years after the author's death, you know? Does the Toho company consider Godzilla their creation? Will they be considered an entity? Is Tomoyuki Tanaka the creator of Godzilla? You know, shit like that. How many years after his death? And that will be counted. And even then, even after Godzilla the character even after Godzilla the character becomes public domain, the movies are counted as separate copyright things, so they wouldn't be able to put those in those shitty box sets just yet. Fuck. Ow. Hell. What the fuck just happened? We're going to see a lot of cases like over copyrighted characters within our lifetimes. Because some of the most beloved characters of all times were made within the past 100 years. Forgot which way I'm supposed to go. It's not that way. Yes, it is this way. Help me, help me, help me. Eat shit and die! Yeah, considering how anal Toho is as a company, I can't imagine that Godzilla will go quietly into that night. It will go out screaming. I agree. It should just be there to protect creators and not corporations. And those should be the people who are considered when it comes to owning a character. Ow!
Major fracture detected.
Bada bing, bada boom. Now, I know I said that I wanted to end this stream after Blast Pit, but I'm thinking maybe after the Gargantua. For pacing reasons, it is kind of odd how the Gargantua is also something you gotta throw a switch to be able to kill. Because we just did that. We just went through the Blast Pit. But before I continue, quick break. Quick, like, minute-long break. And we're back. Bada bing, bada boom. Where are we at? I should post this stream in other places now that I have the time. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Where were we? Actually, let me check. Yeah, that it looks fine. The bitrate for this area is going to look like shit because of the radiation specs. The little dots on the screen. Yeah, Snark Assembly's dead. It's been dead for years. We're still friends. I'm still friends with those guys, but yeah. There are logistical problems with everyone leaving for college. and finding the time to make videos. Because it was just me doing the editing for that. Oh, shit. I saved and loaded at the same time. But do you mind? Power up. Oh shit. That was an amazing intro. Die. The railing saved me there. I guess I should talk about video things. The next month will be 3 videos. The first one, which will release on October 4th, is a review of Ultra Q Dark Fantasy. The second video will be a compilation of last year's Halloween special, the one where I watched 24 monster movies. And the third video will be the double review of the 2 movies titled Without Warning. And during the meantime, I will be working on... a Dyna video, a Mega Monster Battle video, and a video about the Ultraman comic with Squid, the one made for Ultraman Towards the Future. I swear to fucking god, these head crabs. Dipshits. I love the lore detail of the aliens just randomly teleporting in. There's no rhyme or reason. I mean, they inconveniently teleport into places that will fuck you over. But they are apparently, if I'm remembering the lore correctly, they are teleporting into the walls. And that is destroying the infrastructure of the entire facility. This segment's tricky. What game is this? It is Black Mesa, a remake of the first Half-Life game. I hated how that interaction went. I'm gonna load that. That bit was in Freeman's mind, god damn it. Well, I like that explanation, so I am going to say it's canon. He's shit! Shit. I hate... This section is a pain in the fucking ass. And this next bit especially can fuck off. Am I soloing the show itself? Like, what does that statement mean? Did I beat Litra? No. I mean, yes, one hand tied behind my back. I guess I do automatically win because I am not a fictional character and they are. So yeah, you're gay.
In your entire life, kid. So yeah, you're gay.
Flawlessly executed bit. We... No! You got nothing! It was supposed to be like Enter Sandman from Metallica. Golden Freeman. Forget what I'm supposed to do. There's a button I gotta press. Oh no, right, there's a... Yeah, there's a box stopping the pump of water. I can't move. What the fuck? They were behind me? Golden Freddy. What are your thoughts on BBWs? I'm bisexual, and welcome to Half-Life. I'm not actually, I'm just quoting that. Ah, what? Maybe this is Steffi going through Black Mesa. Maybe this is Steffi going through Black Mesa. That shit was ridiculous. I remember. There are more assholes up here, so like, I forget which way is straight. Fraggle Rock! Attention, Gordon. They're directly talking to me. I feel so seen. Godman Froman. That's right, I was supposed to be using the secondary grenade on this machine gun. Teehee. You gonna do something about it? Did they exclusively send the guys who ate crayons? That can't be every Marine, right? It's a requirement for the Corps. Yeah. Golden, what do you think of wide hips? That's a weird question. Why did you ask it? Yeah! Woo! And we're done. Alright, we'll end the chapter here, and then we will end the stream. Thank you. Ooh, I don't know if you heard that. That was a neck crack.
Hey, it's Freeman, right? Hold up a sec. One of your scientist pals said they give you a message. You're supposed to take this old rail system up to some sort of satellite delivery.
Yeah. The satellite delivery rocket, yeah. And I believe that is it. Thank you for joining the stream, everyone. Thank you for joining the stream. I might do more of this if enough of you are interested. I really enjoy Black Mesa. I think it's a great remake. And yeah, I'm gonna go eat now. It's been like 4 hours. Have a good night, every gamer. Eat your veggies and all that.